Hey everyone, welcome back to the Keeper of the Ka podcast. I'm Nikayla, your host, and today we're diving into one of Toledo's most fascinating and honestly most haunted landmarks, the Collingwood Arts Center. Now, this place isn't just important to Toledo's history. It's one of those spots that feels like it holds a whole different kind of energy. I've actually been on a guided ghost tour of the Collingwood Arts Center, and let me tell you, I loved every single minute of it. Walking those halls at night, hearing the creaks, the cold spots, and the stories layered into the building's history, it's an experience you don't forget. So, in this episode, I want to take you through the history of the building, the paranormal stories that make it legendary, and some of the experiences people, including myself, have had while exploring it. Trust me, you'll never look at the Collingwood Arts Center the same way again. Let's start at the beginning, because a haunting is never just about ghosts. It's about the story that came before them. Back in 1872, a man named William built this incredible mansion on Collingwood Boulevard. The house was luxurious, the kind of place that told everyone in Toledo, yes, I made it. But William's fortune didn't last. He went bankrupt, lost the house, and from there, the building took on a whole new life. By 1900, it became St. Ursula's Academy, run by the Ursuline nuns. Imagine rows of girls in long skirts, hallways echoing with prayers, and the daily rhythm of Catholic school life. They tore down the back half of the house in 1901 to build an auditorium. The remodel had an affirmatory, a reception room, dormitory, offices, a chapel, and a cafeteria. Eventually, the nuns went to the local bishop with hopes of building another building. The bishop shut that idea down, honey. Let me tell you why. It wasn't because he didn't believe in it. It was because of the cost of what they wanted to do, honey. It was because of what they wanted to do. Honestly, he just thought it was too expensive. But the Ursuline nuns weren't about to give up, honey. They turned to Mary Mance College in Bowling Green, and Mary Mance said, "We'll back you if you merge with us." So that's what they did. That merger is what really transformed the property. Suddenly, it wasn't just an academy anymore. More buildings were added within a decade. This space housed classrooms, dorms, gyms, and a maintenance building. For decades, Mary Mance College thrived there until about the 1970s. When attendance dropped, the money dried up, and eventually the doors closed in 1979. And when a place like this sits empty, well, let's just say it doesn't stay quiet for long. By the mid-80s, the place was abandoned. That's when it got really dark, allegedly. Squatters broke in. They covered the walls and floors with pentagrams, and occult rituals were said to have taken place. But like any good Toledo landmark, it wasn't left there to rot forever. In 1985, it reopened as the Collingwood Arts Center, a home for artists, performers, and yes, a few spirits. Today, there are more than 80 working artists and a very active theater. The Collingwood Arts Center is thriving, but the ghosts, they never left. Okay, so I want to tell you a little bit more about the Collingwood Arts Center. The Collingwood Arts Center is considered one of the most haunted places in Toledo, maybe even Ohio. It's been written about in Haunted Toledo, Haunted Ohio 3, and Ghost Hunting Ohio. Here's a fun fact. The TAPS team from Ghost Hunters actually investigated the Collingwood Arts Center. In season 14, I think it was episode 11. That alone should tell you that the building has a reputation that goes way beyond Toledo. When I went for a guided, ghost hunting tour, I could feel why so many investigators are drawn to the space. The stories, the atmosphere, the way the building seems alive with echoes from the past. It's very powerful. There was one space, like when we crossed over from William's house over into like the nuns area and like where the theater is, I could feel personally, I believe I felt a lot of really intense energy. And so the guy was telling us about the nun in the theater. This is one of my favorite parts. Okay. One of the most famous hauntings is in the theater balcony, where people have seen a nun watching performances. On my tour, this was the story that stuck the most with me. You can picture it. The shadow of a woman in full habit sitting quietly as if watching over you. So here's the thing. The Collingwood Arts Center isn't just about ghosts. It's about community, history, and art. What I love the most about the Collingwood Arts Center is that it is layered with its history and creativity. It's a place where art is being made right now, but even the past hasn't quite let go. Okay, so I want to tell you about some really cool paranormal events that are coming down the pipeline. So I'm not sure if you guys are tapped into the Conjuring House, like the real Conjuring House. It's in Long Island. It inspired the Conjuring franchise. The farmhouse is going to be auctioned on Halloween at 11 a.m. local time, so Eastern time zone. There's going to be probably quite a very intense bidding war. I'm very tempted to bid, even though I have no money. This is where the Perrin family lived. If you've ever met Andrea Perrin, she's the sweetest lady. Or read any of her books. It's like a series. I believe it's called House of Darkness, House of Light. If you haven't read it, definitely read it. If you're a fan of The Conjuring, definitely recommend you reading it. So that's all I'm going to say about that. I think this is insane. I think it's really weird that this is happening on Halloween, but it's also like the stars aligned, and I hope that the house gets a really nice owner. But yeah, shout out to Nicole and Noelle for talking about this on their podcast. I just wanted to mention it because I feel like a lot of people aren't mentioning it. I think it's really weird that this isn't front page news for us. At least for people like us. Okay. So this one I'm really excited about. I really want to go to the event. I'm trying to work out something in my schedule so that I can go. Fingers crossed. I really want to make it, but I'm not sure. There's a haunted hangout with Jessica Napick, John L. Tenney, Joshua Darren, and Jawan Mass. So I don't know how y'all feel about this lineup, but I am really excited about this lineup. And as long as I can get my schedule squared away, I will be there. Not sure if it's gonna happen. I have an event that day for my business, and I'm really trying to get someone responsible to like take that over for me. This is like my type of vibe, and I want to spend some time in the house. Oh, I didn't tell you where it's gonna be. So I'm just talking about the people, the really fun people that are going to this. This is gonna be at a Victorian mansion in Dresden, Ontario, aka Canada. It's gonna be a paranormal house party. There's supposed to be a murder mystery dinner and a paranormal investigation. It looks like there will be meet and greets, photo ops. Okay, so if you don't know the Bloombergs, they're amazing. I got to hear them speak at like one of the bigger paranormal conferences that I've been to. And they seem like a fun time. And if you haven't seen the show, we bought a funeral home. If you have not watched this show, you need to watch this show because it is insane. I love the mom and the daughter. They are so tuned into their craft. It's like the mom just has a vision. This lady has a vision. She has a vision. It's not to be messed with. She will see it through by any means necessary. She's also an antiquer who just really knows how to liven up a space. I believe her daughter is a little sensitive. At least that's what I got from this. And in the sense of like not emotionally, but like she can feel things like spirits and such around her, and she has like a knack for finding out information. I don't want to spoil too much for you, but definitely watch the show. Like the process is beautiful. It kind of makes you freak out at first that they have to like deal with like the renovation process. And there's a book also that I have that's about them. Let me look at it really quick. Okay. It's called A Grave Undertaking, Adventures in a Funeral Home. Dying to go see this home. If I don't get to go to this one, I will beg them to do another one because this is like my dream right now. Two Girls, One Ghost is also having an event. It's one night only. It's October 8th and it's in Somerville. So you should probably go to that if you're in the area. You need to see Corinne and Sabrina. Okay. They're so cute. If you're not listening to the podcast, listen. I'm a pay for sure. They pump out content like no other. I don't know how they're doing it, quite frankly, but shout out to them. Which leads me to segue into Greg and Dana. Okay, so Greg and Dana are doing a Haunted Objects live tour. You should check out the dates. They're going like a lot of places. The tickets are not super expensive, which we love. Greg and Dana are so fun and whimsical, and they're also very serious about this. I went to the Haunted Lives tour last year in Columbus. I drove all the way there, and then I was supposed to meet my friend back at my house like a week before my birthday to go to some Gilmore Girls thing. Honey, when I tell you I looked into those ventriloquist dolls' eyes and gave them like the part of myself that I just could not deal with anymore, which was me panicking after like crazy unexpected things happens, also referred to as life happening. I went outside after, seeing the show and loving it, and just vibing out with the dolls, aka the little kids. My car wouldn't start. I had to call freaking State Farm. They sent out somebody to try to like come look at my battery. They tried to give my car a jump start. Didn't work. I had to get my car towed to a Firestone. It was a whole ordeal. What else? There's something. Oh, there's one more for Justin Tinney. Clearly I love them. They are having an event. It's a haunted UFO party. Okay, it's just party season, honey. It's fall, it's spooky season. It's party season. Hang out September 26th. Doors open at 6:30. The show is at 7. It'll be the What's Up Weirdo dynamic duo, which is Jessica and Tinny, along with Toadski, and then Langley from the X-Files. I hope I'm saying his name right. I didn't watch the X-Files. Should I watch the X-Files? Somebody tell me in the comments. So that's our episode on the Collingwood Arts Center, a place where history, art, and the paranormal all collide. And let me just say this. If the walls could talk, these walls would not whisper, they'd shout. If you're in or near Toledo, I would highly recommend checking out an event at the Collingwood Arts Center. Whether you're into theater, art, or like me, you like to do a little ghost hunting in your free time. Thanks so much for listening. If you enjoyed today's episode, Don't forget to subscribe, leave a review, and share with a fellow spooky story lover. And if you've ever had your own ghostly encounter at the Collingwood Arts Center, I'd love to hear about it. Until next time, stay curious and maybe keep a light on. And remember, just because it's quiet doesn't mean you're alone.